everyone, I'm Rebecca and welcome back to my sewing room. Today I am going to make a completely unplanned cosplay as quickly as possible. So I am actually having an American Girl tea today with a few of my closest friends, and I decided that instead of just like dressing cute or wearing one of the very not Christmassy American Girl cosplays that I already have, that I should make something absolutely spur of the moment. So I was basically trying to decide which doll to take to tea, and then I was like, oh, it would be cute if I wore something that like I could potentially match my doll. And then I was like, well, I have a skirt and blouse that kind of look like Nellie's holiday dress. This is Nellie's holiday dress right here. So as you can see, she's got this like plaid jumper with little ruffled sleeves, and it has a built-in little Victorian Edwardian blouse underneath, and then she's got her white tights. These are not actually shoes that go with this, and it's not actually the headband either, but I don't have the hair bow and I don't have the shoes that go with it. And it has a little velvet sash with a bow in the back. So I was like, okay, wow, I already have this blouse right here, which is from Target, and I think it looks kind of similar to her blouse. And then I already have a black and white plaid skirt. So that just kind of leaves me with like the red sash and the jumper part. So I've already actually started this because I wasn't planning to do a video on this, just like I wasn't planning to do the cosplay. So I have some stuff already together that I want to show you. But basically, I had this black and white plaid taffeta in my stash, scraps of it. And I decided, okay, let's make a little like jumper bodice type situation here. So this is literally the shape of the scrap. It goes down in the back. It's a lot lower in the back than the front, but I was like, you know what? Okay, it's the right length. So I basically like serged around the edges that weren't the selvage over here and got it to like my size where I could, you know, squeeze it on over and not need any closures. And I did two tiny little darts in the front. You probably can't even tell except that the stripe is weird in the plaid, but there's the tiny little darts. And I have just like serged the top, and that's what I've done on that so far. And then I was like, okay, so sleeves. So she's got those cute little ruffles on her sleeves, right? So I was like, okay, let me take a ruffled strip, and I have some red double fold bias binding, and I am going to just ruffle it to the bias binding basically, which I know bias stretches a little, so I tried to stretch it out first. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I basically measured the distance from when I put this on from here to where it meets in the back. And then I just ruffled a strip. It's a little bit narrower at this end than it is in the middle, like you can see on this one that I haven't gathered up yet. And I'm just pulling up the gathers, putting it in the sandwich of the bias binding, and I am going to just sew that both sides at once so that it goes really quickly. And then I'm going to attach the ends of this to the bodice. And if I have time, I'm going to add binding around the top of the bodice as well. I also don't have enough binding to do the full thing, so it would be like just the front. We'll see if that actually works. And then I have some red velvet that I was like, okay, I can cut a strip of that, serge off the edges. That can be around the waist. And of course, the complication in this is that I have no idea when my friends are going to get here. So one of my friends is going to stop by the store and come. So she might be here in like a half hour. And the other two haven't responded, but they originally said that they'd be here between 2 to 2:30. It is 1:54. Yeah, so I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna stop talking to you and I'm gonna just keep working and get these sleeve ruffles done and attached to this. And this might be the world's quickest video because this is the world's quickest cosplay. All right, straps are on. I actually wound up undoing my darts. In fact, I need to press them open because I realized that I had sewn the darts one way and the back seam and the straps on another way, but I did actually put it on when I was trying to figure out where to put my strap in the back. I did put it on without the darts in there, and it looks basically the same. They were such small darts anyway. I mean, this is basically a tube of fabric, and considering I'm wearing this, you know, for tea with my friends today, and this isn't actually a real cosplay, I think it's fine. The one thing is that without the darts, they did, because this is taffeta, they did leave a little scarring behind. I don't think it's too obvious, but yeah, that is there. So I am going to switch gears instead of doing the neck binding right now because all of my friends are on their way. I am actually going to take my velvet and cut it into a strip, serge the edges of that and use that as a belt. Like, I'm probably just gonna pin it in the back. I doubt that I'm gonna have time for the bow. We'll see. I just heard card doors and my door opened, but I made this into a tube. I'm gonna throw this on and we're gonna have a cosplay. So I ran out of time to do the bow in the back, but I think overall we have a pretty close closet cosplay that was an under 2-hour project. I think this was about an hour and a half to make a quick cosplay for tea out of everything that was in my closet or my stash. So we're gonna go have tea and maybe I'll show you our little American Girl tea. Just finished our tea and my friends have gone home, but it was an absolutely lovely tea. We basically like made or collected everything ourselves. Like, we didn't go out and get the tea, which was different for us, and everything was so delicious and it was so cute. It's nice to have the dolls right next to us at the table as well, and I really enjoyed the fact that I was dressed up as Nellie. And I think that for like a 1.5-hour cosplay that was made just so quickly out of things from my stash and from my closet, that it came out honestly pretty cute. I might even go so far as to like finish the binding at the top for some other future use. But my friend Rachel didn't even notice until like a good 2 hours in that the top plaid was different from the bottom plaid. So I feel like that was a pretty good sign. And I think it really does do a good job of looking like Nellie, especially with these awesome sleeve ruffles that I'm honestly like so super happy with how they turned out. I think they just look so freaking cute with the little red binding trim. So yeah, very pleased with how that looks. And I think I did a good job looking like Nellie. So hopefully you enjoyed this super fast video. I know this was very quick, but it's also the day before Christmas that this is coming out, and you probably don't have really time to watch a video anyway. Thank you also for voting in my poll earlier this week. I was actually going to do the fashion plate tour of my house, but that will come later, probably in January or February, so I will be doing that video. You guys also suggested that you would love like kind of a get ready with me Christmas Victorian edition. I might still do that, even though it won't be like Christmas obviously, but those will come down the road. But thank you for joining me today. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please go ahead and click the thumbs up icon, and if you'd like to see more videos like this from me, please go ahead and click subscribe and the little bell icon to be notified every time I post a new video. I do post videos here on YouTube twice a week, with my sewing vlogs out on Tuesdays and other really random costuming content like this out on Saturdays, but I post every day over on my Instagram, so please go follow me on Instagram. That's at Lady Rebecca Fashions. And if you'd like to help support all of the work that I do on my channel, I do have a link to my Patreon and my Ko-fi down in the description below, or you can send me a super thanks right here on YouTube. I also do really want to give a humongous thank you to all of my absolutely wonderful patrons. I seriously could not make all of this content without you guys. You are absolutely fabulous. And a particularly large thank you to my patrons at the Romantic, Victorian, and Edwardian level tiers, who are Sharon, Mirage, Laura, Audra, Emily, Jean, Kim, Linda, Maria, Sarah, Tiffany, Denise, Liz, Kimberly, Nurse Anita, and Peta. Thank you all so much for your just absolutely wonderful support of my channel, and thank you all for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week, fantastic holidays, Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Happy sewing! Oh, come on. Come on, let me do it. Let me do it. Dora. Dora says bye and Merry Christmas. You want to say Merry Christmas too? Merry Christmas. Hi, baby. What a good boy.